Hey everybody. Okay, so welcome to week 2. And by week 2, I mean like it's really like the first maybe full week of classes, minus today. Okay, so I'm going to go over Maya Angelou's new directions and your assignment that is due this Friday by midnight. Where is it? There it is. Yep. Okay. Stop it. So Maya Angelou, we all know her. We all love her. If you haven't heard of her, you have. She wrote... Now I'm drawing a blank. I can't believe this. Oh my God. It'll come to me. Just bear with me. Pregnancy brain really gets me all the time at this point. Okay, so new directions. Let's talk about that. All right, and everything else will come. So we have our character, okay, Annie Johnson, and her husband, William Johnson. Okay, so William Johnson's this cheating Okay, it's 1903. He's cheating on her. He says, I'm going to move to Oklahoma to, because I found religion. Just kidding. You found religion in the preacher's daughter. Okay. So we all can read between the lines there. And he takes all of their money and he leaves. He leaves Annie with their 2 kids. And she's kind of like, okay. I mean, from what we can gather from the essay, or from the short story rather, there is no ill will in between them. Oh my God, Ginger, leave me alone. Okay, so sorry. So anyway, so now Annie's by herself with her 2 kids, and she says, I'm not going to leave my 2 kids with somebody else to watch while I go watch somebody else's kids. That sounds ridiculous. I'm going to find a way to make my own way, okay, that I don't have to leave my kids. And this is something that I think people, not just women, deal with today, okay? How do I get to stay home and spend time with my family, but still have an income? So she decides, I don't like the way that things are going, so I'm going to make myself a new path. Okay. And she also says she's not a fancy cook, but she can feed a man enough that he won't starve. Okay. And that's really all that it matters. So she decides one day that she has a plan. And to see if she's ready, she decides to put all of these stones in 2 5-gallon pails, carries 1 in each hand, and walks 3 miles to the cotton gin, rested, and then she goes 5 miles to the sawmill. Okay, so total of 8 miles. So we're going to assume 16 miles, total in a day. Okay, that's a lot. Now, if she can do this, she has to feel that she's ready, and we'll understand why in a minute. Okay, so once she feels that she's strong enough from carrying these buckets full of rocks, she decides that she's going to make all of these meat pies, these meat pastries. Okay, we're going to call them meat pies. And that's what she ends up carrying to these 2 places, the cotton gin and the sawmill. Okay, so that's why she was using the buckets as a way to see if she had enough strength to carry those meat pies to those places. Okay, so she leaves her house, and right before lunch, she goes to the cotton gin. She has, she brings the lunch to these folks that pay her for their hot, the hot meat pies. And then after she's done there, she goes to the sawmill and sells the rest. And then she goes home and gets ready to do it again. But now the next day she'll go to the sawmill first, and then she'll go to the cotton gin for dinner. Okay, and then so on and so forth for years. Okay, these workers from these sawmills and cotton gins usually only had pinto beans or crackers or onions and sardines. So the meat pies that Annie was making and bringing there were very tempting to them, okay, because it wasn't something so simple. So she says that business was slow the first days, but she was very determined, and she kept everything going. She kept it going. So she does this for the next few years. Okay. It didn't matter if it was cold, snowing, raining, whatever. She never disappointed her customers. When she felt certain that they became dependent on her, she built a stall in between both places, in between the cotton mill or the cotton gin and the sawmill. Okay. And this stall is what we would call like a corner store. And that store, she ends up being able to have canned goods, fresh fruit, drinks, coal, oil, everything that somebody would need. So she essentially builds up a business for herself and an empire, and she doesn't have to sacrifice spending time with her kids. It's great. Excuse me. So at the very end of our story, we have a life lesson that is taught to us, okay? Each of us has the right and responsibility to assess the roads which lie ahead. and those over which we have traveled. And if the future road looms ominous or unpromising, and the roads back uninviting, then we need to gather our resolve and carrying only the necessary baggage, step off that road into another direction. If the new choice is also unpalatable, without embarrassment, we must be ready to change that as well. Okay, so that is our lesson that we're learning from her story. Okay, so essentially she doesn't make, she doesn't take this bad situation and just wallow in it. She says, you know what, this is my chance to change. This is my chance to make a new life for us. And that's what she does. Okay, so now your assignment this week is to create a personal narrative. Okay, and you'll notice on the rubric, it says that you're going to draw from a memory. Okay, so this narrative only details one event of her life. Okay, yes, it happens over a span of time, but it's one event that changed her life. Okay, and that was when her husband leaves her. So I want you to think of an event or something that happened in your life, whether it's a birthday party, the birth of a sibling or a child, marriage, graduating high school, prom, okay, anything. It can be anything. Please, though, I can't believe I have to say this, but I do because it's happened. I do not want to know when you lost your virginity. I don't care. I just don't want to know. Sorry, one of my son's toys just fell over. So do not write about that, okay? That being said, don't write about that. Okay, I want you to tell me everything about it, all right? What happened during this particular event, okay? Now we're gonna look at this real quick. Shut up. Sorry, I have my lunch in front of me, and so my dog thinks it's appropriate to howl because how dare I not share my lunch? I want to share my screen, so please bear with me. There it is. Okay, so narrative essay. You can find this on Canvas as well under week 2, or it will also be found under files. Okay, so, and week 2 is found under the module, sorry. So the biggest thing here is that your narrative essay has to have 3 things. Character, so it's you and at least one other person. Okay, a theme, okay, which hers was New Directions. Okay, and dialogue. All right. Now, dialogue is very, very short. It could be just a one-line thing in quotes. Sorry, my dog keeps walking away thinking that she's going to get away with it. Okay, but there has to be some form of dialogue. So like, I told my friend something in quotation marks. I will kill you. Stop. Okay. Let's see. The function is to relay this event or incident or whatever and tell a moral, tell a lesson that you learned from this, okay? So make sure at that very last paragraph in your conclusion, you're putting, this is what I learned. I learned this, okay? The lesson learned here is blah, 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 okay? This is gonna be short. It does not need to be very lengthy. 2 to 3 pages, preferably, let's hit that bottom of the second page. They do not, they don't need to be long, but they are of one event, okay? I don't need to know your whole life story. That would be an autobiography, okay? I just need to know of this one event, this one incident, okay? Please, Times New Roman, 12-point font, okay? 1-inch margins all the way around. That's all I need. And make sure you have a heading. So that's your name, my name, the date, and the assignment, okay? And I believe that's it. Sorry, my dog she tries to back up so that she can bark at me to feed her. And like, she has food. She's a gravity feeder. She's just greedy and wants my food. And no, you're not getting it. Okay, so I think that's about it. I will see you guys in the next video. Your assignment is due Friday at midnight. Okay, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.